Everybody got it? We're being recorded. Thing about YouTube is I actually go live before it tells me I go live, so I don't even be knowing what the hell I've been saying for the first couple of minutes over on YouTube. Now I believe we are officially live. Awesome. Okay. Welcome, everyone. This is Terrell Unicorns and Coffee. I'm your host, Valorie Lewis, and we do Magical Monday manifestations to set our weeks up for greatness, for fabulousness, for awesome and amazing manifesting, for being in control and co-creating with others instead of just reacting. But if we do need to react, at least we have a little bit of information and guidance on how we should best react. How about that? So I start off by doing a complete tarot pull, and then we move into oracle cards, and then we just see where everything goes. Thank you, Jacqueline. I was going to mention that a little later. I am still running the October special. Y'all have, 6-7 days left. And it's over there in the chat if you want to look and see what I'm doing. Every month, I try to do a special for greatly reduced pricing. So usually it's $20, $30, $40 for my monthly specials. And that still allows you to get in on my reading for whatever I might be offering for the month. So I don't know what I'm going to do for November. November is my birthday month. So I keep going back and forth between should I do something around thankful and gratitude, or should I do something around my birthday? I'm going to do something around my birthday because fuck Thanksgiving. Y'all, my birthday is the last week usually, and a couple of times every so many years, my birthday falls on Thanksgiving. And so that's always been my catchphrase. Fuck Thanksgiving, it's my birthday. And I get really upset when Thanksgiving comes to my birthday because why? Why did they put it on my birthday? It's my birthday, right? Anyway, so let's take a couple of moments. I'm in a very good mood this morning. Have y'all noticed? And I haven't had coffee. I would be intolerable if I had coffee. I'm drinking water. Let's take a moment to get focused as a group. You do so in your own way, whatever feels comfortable for you. Just bringing your attention back here to the room, to this present moment. And then whatever questions you might have, whatever guidance you might be seeking, whatever beautiful, fun, exciting life experiences might be awaiting you this week. We're going to focus on what we would like to receive guidance on. And then we're going to release those thoughts to the universe, knowing that they will be cared for and answered. And we're going to open ourselves up to receive any answers and guidance that is in our highest and best good. And as you put those questions out there and the universe answers, I try to tune in. No, I don't try to. I tune in so that I can listen and receive answers for myself and answers for the groups and answers from the divine. And then we start pulling cards. Are y'all ready? My bestie Jenny is on the 27th, and she's got that, yep, because mine's on the 28th, yep. Fuck you very much, a Thanksgiving. A Thanksgiving special. All right, so the deck we're going with today is Wonderland Tarot. Wonderland Tarot. Oh my gosh, look at the room. So many beautiful faces on a Monday morning. I'm going to go ahead and spotlight myself because I really like the imagery in these cards and I want to make sure that y'all can see them as I pull them. Ooh, big Valorie. All right. Let's get going with the tarot. Welcome, everyone. Welcome, YouTube. I'm so glad if you're watching me over on the YouTube. I'm unable to watch comments over on YouTube, but welcome. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're watching. This message is for you, no matter when you might be finding this recording or watching live. I got one more card that's coming on. Maybe not. Are we going to stop on 4? The Spirit wants us to stop with only 4 cards. Now that's interesting. So So welcome YouTube, welcome all of you who are able to join me live here. I often forget, even after I talk about hitting YouTube, I often forget that I'm on YouTube until afterwards, and I shut it down and I get all the messages. I get messages from YouTube. So if y'all are sending me messages, don't think I don't read them. I just don't get to read them until it's over. So I've got 4 cards in front of us, and very interestingly enough, they are all minor arcana, which means we all are focused right here on the here and now. Of course, what we do in our here and now affects our life, but it seems like we all as a group have a lot of humaning to do. I'll put it that way. A lot of humaning to do. The major arcana can point to humaning too, but the major arcana is like, let's focus on this thing. And once we focus on this thing, it's going to change all aspects of your life. The minor arcana to me is like, we got some humaning to do. What's right in front of us that we need to focus on and shift right now, right here. First up is the 6 of Cups. The 6 of Cups. The first thing I'm noticing is that elephant flying. Trying to get the glare off of it. There we go. That's better. See that elephant flying? It's almost as if that's a dream, though, that they're both having this dream. In any case, 6 of Cups, giving and receiving. We see the two are sharing some wonderful sundaes. Now I'm hungry for burritos. And do they have sundaes where you are in South Africa, Marie? Or are you like whipped cream on ice cream? That sounds weird. Salsa on eggs. That sounds weird. I'm just poking fun of you, Marie. I love you. Okay, 6 of Cups. I'm going to the book because I want to see what that elephant is all about, because that's what called my attention when I first pulled the card. 6 of Cups in general is about giving and receiving. It's making sure you are in balance. Cups is also our emotions. So are you feeling depleted? Are you feeling like someone is taking advantage? Are you feeling like someone's not listening to you, understanding you, and it's making you feel some kind of way, making you feel some type of way about yourself? Your emotions are needing to be back in balance. You need to make sure that whatever you're sending out energetically, that you're also allowing yourself to receive that in equal balance, that you're not overexpending yourself. Overexpending, is that a word? Overextending. But overexpending, that's a word. I'm gonna make it a word. 6 of Cups. Let me see. Oh, it's about memories. See, I thought it was a shared dream. That elephant represents memories. It says they share a private moment, well, except for that flying elephant. They don't notice the elephant because they are lost in a moment of kindness, generosity, and transitory delights. Normally anxious and in a hurry, the white rabbit is calm, happy to be right where he is. Maybe that's a message. Are you happy to be right where you are? I had this incredible sense of calm come over me last night and this morning. I don't know where it was from. I'm just thankful that it's here. And it was just, once I settled into it, once I realized that I wasn't still asleep, that I was awake and I was still calm, I was like, oh, I want it to be like this all the time. It felt so good. It was a definite energetic shift, but I woke up that way, which was interesting. So this part about this rabbit, this white rabbit, I would say maybe that's me on a normal day when my coffee, caffeine in me, rushing around trying to get everything done. But right here, he's calm and happy to be right where he is. Can everybody take a moment to be happy right where you are, even for just a moment, just a second? Okay, now you can go back to whatever you were doing before. It says in this colorful, sweet bubble of time, normal behaviors melt away. Memories change every time we bring them to consciousness. Whether we dwell in a memory or live in the past, when we dwell in a memory or live in the past, we are changed. We react and respond to things that might not be real and may lead us to behave in ways that we normally wouldn't. How about ponder this? Every memory you have is not real because it's only your perspective. What is real? What is reality? Every single memory you hold, no matter good or bad, is only your perspective. And for every human living who has ever lived, there's a different memory of that same exact moment in time. So if you choose to live and replay those memories, just know there's a bit of inaccuracy about it. Every time you replay it, you tell it a little bit differently just because you're human, not because you're trying to change anything, but just because you're human. That's what the human brain does. It's what it was created to do. So when you think about that and you think about all of the memories that you replay and all of you who sometimes live in the past, me included, are you really reacting to truth? What is truth? Big questions for you on a Monday morning. But it just gives you a different idea of that thing that you swear up and down is how it really happened. It's only how it really happened to you. And so is that the story that you're going to allow to prompt you on how you act here in the here and now? Or are you like, hey, maybe there's another way to look at it? Maybe I should go on. Oh, a couple who has split up for good and healthy reasons may find themselves in bed together when all they really meant to do was return to each other's books. Wait a minute. A couple who has split up for good and healthy reasons may find themselves in bed together. Oh, okay. I don't know where this is coming from. I feel like I'm reading something that has nothing to do with Alice in Wonderland, unless Alice is a little bit kinkier than we thought. But it's talking about when you try to get back together, like you have an ex that you broke up with, and you're like, hey, I just came across XYZ in the back of a closet. Let me get together and give this back to you. All you meant to do was return their books, and you end up fucking them that night. Because what? Because we react and respond to things that might not be real and may lead us to behave in ways that we normally wouldn't. Because if you have spent enough time apart from that ex, those things that they did that made you say, I will never, ever, all of a sudden this buffer of time, now you see them and they're looking good and you're like, well, maybe that memory, it wasn't real, right? Because now it's replaying in a different way with a different emotional, oh, well, maybe I could excuse that, or maybe I could see past it. Y'all, let me tell you, Idris can do no wrong in my world. So I don't care what he does. My memory is always going to be a good memory. But it does, I don't even know where I was going with this card. And this is why I don't go to this deck, because Alice in Wonderland takes me all down the rabbit hole and back again. But I do feel like the first thing I was saying was giving and receiving. And because it's cups, we were talking about making sure that you're in emotional balance. And then we talked about that elephant that caught my eye, which was talking about memories. And again, that can lead to our emotional balance. When we're replaying memories in a way that damages us, we're emotionally imbalanced and unable to give and receive to others because for whatever reason, we've got some story playing that's not true. However, we could have a perfectly delightful memory too. But the fact is, it's all in the past. So how much are you allowing those memories to impact your current, your present? Are you balanced? Are you emotionally balanced? That's what I'm going to say is the message of this card. I feel like I went all over the place with that card. Emotional balance and being aware of the thoughts you think, especially those tied to memories and how they might affect your emotional balance. Try to pull it back together. Next up is the King of Wands, not the Queen, the King. The King of Wands. And look at what he's doing here. There we go, no glare. He is, okay, so King of Wands, Wands is fire. In the Tarot, salamanders represent fire. Also in Frozen 2, salamanders represent fire. And it looks as though he is balancing a salamander on his nose. He's got his wand, he's got his crown. He had to take the crown off to balance the salamander. And he's standing up, he's not seated on his crown. What is this trying to tell me? And sometimes we need to step out of our assigned roles to find balance. I don't know where that message came from, but sometimes we need to step out of our assigned roles. He's not sitting on his crown. He does still have his wand. He does still have his sense of direction. To me, that wand is representing his stability. See how he's holding it to keep himself stable? So he does still have his sense of direction, but the crown is off and he's standing up. And as a king, he looks quite ridiculous. So he has stepped out of his role, but still able to find balance. So, what roles perhaps have you been playing that just don't feel right? I think the message today is really about balance. What roles have you taken on that perhaps no longer fit you? Or what roles are you currently in that there's just like no way? Like if you have a kid, your role is parent. I don't care if you're a bad parent or not, your role is parent. What roles do you need to step out of to regain your balance? And I'm just going to relate it to parenting because that's easy for me because I am a parent. But sometimes you get too much into parent mode that you forget there's an individual here. I am a parent to an actual live human being here. And so you might have to step out of that role of parent for a little while and step back into the role of I'm a human and this is a human. How can I relate to them in a human way? See what I mean by that? So some of us have roles that we just need to not abandon, but step back from for just a minute so that we can find that balance before we step back into that role again. Let's see. Yes, there's another one over in chat. Someone said, as a king, we know there's a lot of seriousness, a lot of responsibilities and duties. And someone in chat said maybe he needs to stop being so serious for a moment and have some fun. Absolutely. Maybe we all need to find that one area in our life where we're super serious and just have some fun for a change. Just put some salsa on your eggs for a change. All right. And then next up, we have Ace of Swords. Here we go. Let me get the glare off of it. Ace of Swords. But again, this deck, now Ace of Swords is generally represented as a hand holding a singular sword. But we have Alice in Wonderland and it's in front of the looking glass and we have a reflection, which is me. Even though it's Ace of Swords, we're still talking about balance. Balance is the underlying current to our reading today. And even though she's holding a sword that is clearly different than what's depicted in the mirror, because mirrors don't react the same way they do in the real world in the Alice in Wonderland world, we still see that there's some point of balance. And maybe the point is swords. Oh, here we are. Let me bring it home. I just got the point of this card. Swords is our thinking. It's our communication, but it's mostly our thinking mind. Swords represent air for me. Swords represent air and they represent, I'm trying to get that glare off of it. The thinking, thoughts that we think. And maybe this thought that she is gripping. Look at that grip. Look how tightly she's gripping. Maybe that thought that she is gripping, that she considers herself in reality. She holds it up to a mirror and it's not the same. And it doesn't look the same. Aces represent new, fresh beginnings, different perspectives, perhaps, maybe a different way of looking at the thoughts you hold so dear, the thoughts that are literally shaping your reality every second. Maybe time to hold them up to a mirror that can show you a different way of looking at that same thought. Maybe you need one of those magical Alice in Wonderland mirrors. You know who has a magical Alice in Wonderland mirror? You know who has one? You know who has one? Spirit. Your spirit guides. Hold that thought that you keep thinking, that you are gripped and you are certain it is the truth. Hold it up to your guides and ask them to tell you what they think of it. And then allow their perspective to mingle with yours. Maybe it resonates, maybe it's completely different. But until you're willing to hold it up to that mirror, you'll never know. Some of us hold on to that sword so tightly, and when we walk past the mirror, we put it down because we don't want to see anything different than what we know. We don't even want to see a different reflection coming back. We're so certain of what we're holding in our hands that we're basically afraid of mirrors. Maybe it's time to find a mirror in your guides, in spirit, in the divine, and really re-examine all of your truths and all of your thoughts and all of your beliefs, because they shape your world. And if your world is not exactly the way you want it to be, it's time to examine why. Ace of Swords, a fresh start, a new beginning with a different perspective, a different way to look at what your beliefs are, how a spirit sees them. Spirit, you're holding on, gripping tight. And spirit is like, it don't have to be that hard. What are you doing? Look, mine can float. I'm not even touching it. Mine can float. It's light, it's free, it can float. Why are you holding on so hard to that belief? Maybe that's a message for somebody. All right, let's see. Mm. I'm looking at my chat. I love it. Thank you. Yes. Okay, last card from the tarot. I think you're going to like it. And it's the Seven of Pentacles. So we talked a lot about balance. If y'all noticed, did y'all notice? I want y'all to notice something. We had Six of Cups, King of Wands, Ace of Swords, and now we have Seven of Pentacles. And maybe that's why Source only wanted me to pull four, because that is completely balanced with the card from each suit. Freaky, because it never happens that way. Seven of Pentacles, our message from the suit of Pentacles. What is that raven doing? This is interesting. I'm trying to read the scene, not the message of the Seven of Pentacles. And the scene is, this is when the, I wanted to call them servants, the court, whatever you call them, the people that are gardeners, the royal gardeners planted white roses, and they were supposed to plant red roses for the Queen of Hearts. And they got scared of their life because she liked to behead people. And so they decided to go paint all of the white roses red. And here we see this big, I'm going to call it a raven. Is it a raven or a crow? Who are my bird aficionados? It's blocking him from painting the rest of them red. He's got 2.5 done, and he's trying to finish his work, but something is blocking him. That's not generally the message of the Seven of Pentacles, but I feel that message coming through. I feel like some of y'all are trying to create something. Ooh, some of y'all are in the process of creating something. Pentacles, real world, manifesting, see it, touch it, taste it. What's in our real world? It's what Pentacles stands for. In the process of creation, this is the message that is coming through strong. And so I'm going to say this is not tarotically speaking, because this is not the Seven of Pentacles true meaning in tarot. But this message is coming through so strong for me. You have already created something beautiful, and you let somebody else's opinion make you rethink and try to shift it to fit what they said it should fit. And this crow, which I'm understanding it's a divine representation. Maybe it's a divine, maybe it's God, maybe it's Source, maybe it's your guides, whoever it is. This crow is sitting there saying, cut that shit out. It was beautiful the way you made it. The white roses are beautiful. Stop trying to paint them over because somebody told you they weren't, or because you're trying to please somebody else. Just stop it and see the beauty in what you have already created. And the Seven of Pentacles, as far as the Pentacles go, 7 is pretty far along the road. A 7 is when you're already able to see that which you have been trying to manifest. And it's also the point where we start to second guess ourselves, because this is the point where a lot of us say, but we're not there yet. This is the point where you could turn back and let that whole manifestation just go to crap. Or you can keep going and see the beauty in what you've already created. So I'm going to say that this card is letting us see the beauty in that which we have already created, the balance in that already existed. Find your balance. That's the first 3 cards. Find your balance so that you will not be swayed by what others want. So that if somebody comes and says, I don't like those flowers, only red is the most beautiful flower. You can say, I like them just the way they are because you found your balance. You don't have to repaint them. So that's the message that I'm going to go with from Spirit. And I do really, really like the fact that we have cups, wands, swords, and pentacles represented. Oh, I hadn't even done the numerology on it. Yeah. Okay, so JP, another amazing tarotist over in chat, said the ace, the 7, and the 6 add up to 14, and you can consider the king of 14 as well when you count all of the court cards. This would be the 14th. So all of these add up. That's balance again. So much balance. I like it. The raven is so large in comparison to everything else in the picture. Yes, true. Abnormally large when you think of this tree and how big that raven is. In comparison, it's a big message he's trying to send. I love that. That's what somebody put over in chat. And birds are known to, birds in the divine, this is my belief. And it's true because I said so. I'm not holding it up to no mirror. No, I'm kidding. Birds are one of the easiest animals that the divine can use to send us messages. That's why we get so many messages through the birds. And so if this big ass bird is sending a message in our reading, maybe we should listen. Appreciate what you've already created. Keep going. Don't change it for someone else's opinions. Find your balance. I love it. Oh, I like that. Crows represent change. Maybe it's saying don't change your dreams, even though someone wants to fake change, painting the flowers. I like all of those interpretations. I love it. Okay, so that was the tarot from Wonderland in Tarot. Let me see y'all. Can't see you when I got it. Oh, look at the room. So many beautiful faces. Okay, we're gonna move on to Oracle card. I feel like there's questions. Somebody's questioning not their path, their actions. And not in a bad, heavy way. Like sometimes I get a heavy feeling. Like people trying to figure out their life on a Monday morning, which is fine. But this morning I sense that people are trying to just, what should I do next? Not like in a life-changing way, but in a, are y'all bored? Is somebody bored? I feel like somebody is bored. Not with the reading, but like something in your life has just plateaued and you're looking for that next big thing. Okay, I got my next card. The next big thing. Okay, for whoever is looking for the next big thing, I just heard this message, clear as day from Spirit. Let me make sure I get it right. If you don't notice all of the tiny, beautiful things, you're gonna miss the big things. So it's kind of like you're waiting for the next big thing and waiting for the next big thing. And big is subjective. Y'all do realize that, right? Big is subjective. And so all along the way, you're missing all of the beautiful things that Spirit is giving you to enjoy every day because you keep waiting for the big thing, the big thing. And Spirit is like, you're never going to see the big thing because you're not even seeing the small things. Mm-hmm. All right, next up. And it's got a lot of text on it, so I got to read it first before I turn it around. But it's purple. Manifesting is the creative process of aligning with the energy of the universe to co-create an experience that elevates my spirit and the spirit of the world. That is from Super Attractor. some tips on manifesting. And I will say that I dropped some cards, and I'm going to read this card because I just love it. I let the universe catch up with my dreams, because we've talked a little bit about dreams. So I feel like dreams are resonating with a few of you, because we started out with the card with the elephant that ended up being a dream of the past. I let the universe catch up with my dreams. I like that. Let the universe catch up with my dreams. That's the time, space, reality that you said you wanted to come into from the non-physical. I know y'all are trying to rewrite the contract, but you already signed it. You said you wanted a time, space, reality. You left non-physical where everything happened instantaneously, and you came here, and you know there's a little bit of a lag time between what I think and what I create, and the universe making it manifest to me, or me making myself so I can perceive that which is already manifested. You know there's a lag time, but then you get here and you spend all your life bitching about the lag time. Just let it be. Just let it be, and you'll get there faster. Let the universe catch up with your dreams. Y'all, I couldn't have done it better. If polish your mirror for perfect clarity. Another mirror reference. And another reference saying your mirror is not clean. It needs to be clean. Polish it for perfect clarity. Polish your mirror for perfect clarity. And that's card number 21 from Cosmic Journey. So I am going to read that to see if we have additional insight on this mirror. Everything you see around you is a perfect reflection of where you are on your path. Yes, everything. Our material universe is designed to be a symbolic likeness of what is created on a spiritual plane. Your relationships are a way to see into the mirror. Think of the relationships you cherish and characteristics you adore in certain people, such as your heroes or mentors. The good news is that these are the same aspects. Wait a minute. The good news is that these same aspects are in you as a golden shadow. Golden shadow. Are y'all familiar with that term? This book was the first one that got me familiar with the term of golden shadow, and I love it. However, the reverse of this is also true. The most difficult aspects of certain people are the aspects of yourself that you haven't fully embraced or even seen fully. This card calls for you to become more honest, for your actions and words to always reflect your true self. By doing so, you become more of a clear mirror, and your relationships will reflect even more peace, joy, and contentment. Remember as well that relationships are not just with other people, they are with food, money, alcohol, work, etc. The question you can ask yourself: in what ways am I pleased with what my mirror is reflecting in my life? And in what ways am I seeing turmoil, frustration, and chaos? And then a little activity, should you choose, make 2 lists. One of the characteristics of people who you love, admire, and appreciate, and one of the characteristics of people who drive you crazy. Embrace and appreciate both lists, recognizing how all of these aspects are also in you. Dun, dun, dun. I love it. Ooh, $65,000 on a dog. Tomorrow there's an eclipse visible in Europe, Asia, and Africa. Do you think it affects the Western side of the world as well? I believe that everything celestial affects the entire world because, yes. If the eclipse, let me think astrologically, if the eclipse is happening on that side, then that would mean we're on the light side. I'm confused right now. I have to look at it with my chart. But yes, okay, so I believe whatever is happening astrologically affects us, whether we see it or not. Just think about how many things were going on in the heavens before y'all became spiritual and even knew what a moon cycle was. Does that mean it didn't affect us just because we weren't aware of it? Well, does gravity affect you just because you didn't become aware of it until you took science in first grade and somebody said gravity? No, it still affects you. So that's my take on it. My personal take is there's a lot of things going on in the universe that affect me that I'm not necessarily aware of at times or don't even see. And as it should be. I just heard my God say, as it should be. There's no way we can keep up with everything that's going on. So our job is to decide what we want to focus on and decide what we are going to allow to have a greater effect on us. I totally believe that. The golden play of the shadow. Always we are affected by both sides of the flipping coin of the shadow. I like that. JP put it much more eloquently than I could. Where should we go to next? Which deck do y'all want to hear from next? I'm feeling in a very playful mood, which is interesting that we got that playful king. I have this deck down here that y'all have, Angels and Ancestors. I will pull from that one. I have this deck that y'all haven't heard from in a while because it was buried under some of my bigger decks, and I forgot it was even down there. But look, you're gonna like this. It's got crowns on the back of the cards. This is Believe in Your Own Magic Oracle deck. Who needs to believe in their own magic? Who has been doubting themselves lately? I wonder what's going on astrologically besides the eclipse, because I feel like something shifted over the weekend. Oh my God, you guys. This deck, one moment. They're going to tell me 45. Believe in Your Own Magic, 45 cards. I shuffled. I haven't touched this deck in a long time. And the card I pulled has another fucking mirror. If y'all don't get out of your own asses and take a real look at what is going on in your life, I don't know how many fucking messages we need from Spirit, but it is quite repetitive. What you are thinking is real, problematic, challenging, delightful, whatever. Spirit is saying, for fuck's sakes, take another look. Take another look. It's probably not what you think. This card says, it's a sword too. It says sword. Make the change. Look at, y'all hear Michael Jackson? I just heard Michael Jackson singing From Beyond the Grave. I'm looking at the man in the mirror. Time to make a change. I know I messed it up, but y'all know the words. It's card number 7. There is a big life change you've been thinking of making for a while now. This is a sign that you need to trust your instincts and take the leap. Whether you're thinking about cutting your hair or finding a job better suited for you, do the thing and do it with confidence. Love it. But look in that mirror first. Mirrors, mirrors, mirrors. Show the deck? Yes. Believe in Your Own Magic Oracle deck. I love this deck. And I don't know why it was hidden for so long. It was hidden for so long because maybe we've been working on so many other things that we kind of lost track of our own magic, believing in our own magic. Do something magical today, y'all. Do something magical today, and not magical in the practical sense. Do something magical. I don't know, make a wand. Pick up a pencil and call it your wand and walk around waving that wand for the rest of the day. Do something magical. Go on a walk, but go down a path you've never gone before. Go order coffee, but order something that you would not normally order. Do something magical today. Wear your most outlandish outfit that you keep in the back of your closet because you keep saying, I'm not gonna throw this out because one day I'm gonna wear it. Wear it today. Wear it to the grocery store. Wear it to Walmart. I don't care. Wear it to the car wash. Do something magical for yourself. Yes, wave a wand and pretend your bathroom is instantly cleaned. Yes. But if you have to clean anything soon, clean the mirror, because that's the message. Clean the mirror. All right. What did y'all say? Angels and ancestors. New moon. Do the new. I have a wand. Y'all want me to wave it at y'all's bathrooms? I don't know if it'll work. But I'll wait. Y'all want me to show you my wand? There it is. Isn't that badass? I think it is. I actually made it to sale and then I fell in love with it, so I probably won't never sell it. I think I wrote some light language on there. That's Lemurian crystal. I'm waving it at y'all's bathrooms. Boom. Okay. I keep saying I'm gonna make more, Marie. I do have one that's ready to go for sale, but have I ever posted it? No. Okay, I'm angels and ancestors is where I'm going. I'm looking for the card. Messages from our angels and ancestors. Messages. I think it's this one. This is interesting. Oh no. Y'all are not gonna believe the card I just pulled. I was like, I kept going back and forth between these two cards, and then I was like, okay, I'm gonna just pull two. Mirror guardian. Take time to reflect. I am completely delighted with how Spirit is playing with me today. And I hope y'all are delighted too, because this is just too good. Could not have recreated it had I tried. I love, love, love this. Let me go and read. And it wasn't even a deck that I was going to pull. Someone in chat suggested this deck. So I know Spirit is playing with me because what are the chances of that happening? Oh my goodness. I love it. I love you, Spirit. Thank you. Mirror Guardian. Take time to reflect. The message. Take some time to reflect on your strengths and challenges and how far you've come. Recognize your gifts. Believe in your magic. I'm adding the believe in your magic part, but recognize your gifts. Angels accept you just the way you are. Even when you are going through a challenging time, they will still hold you in the highest esteem. The mirror guardian, a female angel looking into a mirror of life, invites you to witness your spiritual strength and beauty, to see yourself as the angels do. The mirror represents the fact that you can't, the mirror represents the fact that your core beliefs and ideas are in fact what is reflected back to you by your world. We just talked about that. Your life is one big mirror of how you feel within, and the mirror guardian helps you recognize that. When this card appears, you are being invited to take some time to see where you are right now. I love this. Oh, yay! I'm looking at chat, y'all, sorry. The extended message. You are a beautiful being who has surmounted to many, yes. You are a beautiful being who has surmounted so many challenges and expanded in so many ways. And that is true for everybody in this room. If you think I'm not talking to you, you a lie. I'm talking to you. Your angels are now guiding you to take inventory of your life, to take time to know all of your recent experiences, the challenges you have surmounted, the strengths you have developed, and the lessons you have learned. Your angels want you to reflect on your strengths In particular, those aspects of yourself that you feel have not been acknowledged by others. Offer yourself approval where it's due, and know that when you give yourself credit, others will be able to as well. Have you been asking everybody else to understand you and you haven't been taking the time to understand yourself? I've been guilty of that a few times in my life. Have you been so crazy for the approval for others that you haven't taken time to acknowledge your own gifts and strength and give yourself that approval? It's not going to come from outside until it comes from within. I could preach on that all day. Next card, because I told you I had two. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Michelle. Okay, this is the other one, and this is Hunter. Hunter. He can hunt me any day. Let me stop. What does it say? Track down your fears and desires. Track down your fears and desires. Now, that is not the message I would expect from this Hunter card. So I'm intrigued. I haven't pulled this card before. I would think it would be talking about something like going after your goals or something, but this is saying your fears and desires. Track down all your fearful thoughts and feelings. When you find them, you will find your desires too. Ooh, I'm gonna read that one more time. Track down all your fearful thoughts and feelings. What are you scared of? When you find them, you will find your desires too. I feel so much truth in that, and I know exactly how that plays out. If y'all don't understand that, come to me. We'll talk about it. I'll do a whole event on it if you want me to. The Hunter card is based on my favorite Celtic god, Cernunnos. I might not be saying that right. He is the stag god of the wild and represents both the hunted and the hunter. That makes sense. The hunted and the hunter. Similarly, the hunter helps you connect with the energy that is both fearful and fearless. Your fears are the only things that are standing between you and what you desire at this time. Alexa, stop. So you have to come face to face with them as the hunter does with wild animals and go beyond them. The extended message: instead of being hunted down by your fears or other feelings that you have buried, become the hunter. You are being given confidence and strength at this time, so use your power to make a difference. You are not here to cower away or live in the shadows. You are here to realize your fullest potential, and I believe that deeply for everyone in this room, and everybody on YouTube. But this can only occur when you step up and do what needs to be done. When this card arises, there could be an opportunity to face an aspect of your past or bring closure to a situation that has been haunting you. That message went straight to me. I know it's for some of y'all too, but that message went straight to me, and I appreciate you, Spirit. If you are a man or identify as male, this card represents your masculinity and an opportunity to know yourself more deeply. If you are a female or identify as a female, this card represents your capacity to be strong and powerful and overcome limitations. Yes, both of those cards had very deep meaning. I cannot believe I pulled another mirror card from another deck. Y'all, you know what else is coming to me? And this is personal. This is part of my personal journey for the mirror and why I feel like the mirror is coming up so much for the group. Don't be like, oh, Valorie said that message was for me, so it's not for me. No, it's for everybody, for the group. But personally, this mirror was about the very first from Alice in Wonderland. When I first saw that mirror, it's about the stories I have told myself for so long are not true. And when I can re-examine those stories, because some of those stories were told to avoid fearful moments. And when I can re-examine those stories in my own life, then I can truly shift because I can let go of it. Like there was a story I was telling myself about my divorce. Like I should have known better on certain things and how it all went down. It's what I was telling myself. And I was talking with a friend and I was sharing that when I got divorced, both me and my ex made certain agreements verbally. And then when the divorce was final, those agreements were not upheld. And my friend looked at me and said, that's the first time you've ever told me that, because the story that you've always told is the mistakes you made on your divorce. You never said that it was that there was another, that you went into it, that you made the decision because you trusted this individual and that things didn't turn out. And so that really set me back, because I was like, damn, all of these years I have been telling myself that it was all my fault. And then I shared this one little bit and my friend was like, no, you never told that part of the story. So even the stories I tell myself that are true, I got divorced, there is elements of it that I have not allowed myself to, because I've been blaming myself. And so anyway, just a little bit of insight. So maybe sharing that is helping you to re-examine, like, oh yeah, there is a little bit of untruth in the stories I choose, because both stories are valid, but I don't choose to tell that story that I shared with my friend. I don't tell that story to myself over and over again. I don't tell myself I trusted that individual and they didn't hold up their bargain. That's not the story I tell. For 22 years, the story I tell is I should have known better. And can you see how that would affect my life in not a good way? I should have known better. You should have known better. You should have been smarter. Instead of, I trusted this individual because we had a bond and then they didn't uphold it. Totally different story. Anyway, both stories are true though, correct? I should have known better on some level, but which story am I going to tell that's going to put me in a better space? All right, 3 minutes left. 3 minutes left. Where should we go with this one? Oh, I know. I bought a new tarot deck too. Y'all want me to show you I'll show you the new tarot deck for anybody who wants to stay past the 3 minute mark, because it's across the room. It's quite lovely. But for the last couple of minutes, I'm going to talk about my mediumship reading. Jacqueline posted earlier, there's a couple of days left to that special. There is a major arcana workshop going on this weekend, which I hope you all are part of. Ari and myself are presenting it. If you are a member of the Awkwardly Zen Love and Light, Awkwardly Zen Level Up, you get it free. If you're a member of my membership on the Unicorn Magic level, you get in free. If you're anybody else and would still like to participate, and me and Ari, we're stepping back from the seriousness of the tarot, and we're presenting the major arcana in a fun way. It's only $20 for the workshop. That is already posted on Meetup. What else is coming up? I'm thinking about doing something for Halloween, on Halloween, because I already have this reading on Halloween. So it might shift a little bit, y'all. So just be prepared for next Monday. It might shift a little bit. And our card, read it for yourself. You are giving too many fucks. This is from the Rebel Unicorn, is that what it's called? Rebel deck, but it's the Unicorn deck. And this is how many you should give. None. My favorite saying from another deck is, behold, the field where I grow my fucks is barren. I love that. I have none to give you. You're giving too many fucks, which means you're worrying about things. Giving too many fucks does not, let me put it in a spiritual, metaphysical, real world term. Oh, I got another one that popped out, so I'm gonna read that one too. Giving too many fucks means your energy is being directed to things that are not important. It means check and see where your energy is going and redirect it to a place where it can benefit you and your path more. This is another one. I don't know who this is for. But the moral of the story is, loosen up, stop trying to control things, because control freaks don't get laid. So the moral is, know what you can control and know what you can't. Focus on what you can control. That's, again, giving too many fucks. Focus on where is your energy going to best benefit you this week. All right. Thank you, everyone. This has been lovely. I hope to see most of you, some of you, Wednesday morning for our Wednesday morning meditation. We have energy clearings this Thursday, which I forgot until I looked at my calendar. Energy clearings this Thursday. And then Saturday is the tarot class. And then y'all see me back here next Monday. It'll be Halloween. Be ready for some spooky fun. I love you all. Go manifest your weeks to let this guidance help you make a magical week. Bye, everyone. Have a great